Good evening, folks. It's your bro. It's your bro, Richard here. Today in this video, I'm back. Today in this video, I'm back with another Lamborghini explanation video for you all. Today in this video, I'm going to be talking to you all about one of the greatest all-time Lambos of the 90s. That's right. That's right. The 90s. So, you already know what I'm doing. For those who read the title of this video, yep, you're correct. Today in this video, I'll be talking to you all about the mighty, all-powerful, well, from that point in time when it came out, all-seeing, all-knowing, all-glorious Lamborghini Diablo. That's right, Diablo is next. Man, this is gonna be a good one. Like, wow. Oh, God. Can't wait for this. Seeing how much there is. So there's quite a lot of it, but I'll do as much as I can for tonight. So yeah, before I start, make sure you all like the video, subscribe, comment down below what you guys think, hit the notification bell, and hit all so you're literally going to make brand new uploads. Alright, so it's approximately 3 minutes. So without any further ado, let's begin. So, the Lamborghini Diablo. Here we go. So, the Lamborghini Diablo. So the Diablo is a high-performance mid-engine supercar or sports car. Well, technically it's a supercar. So it's technically a supercar. Built by Italian automobile manufacturer Lambo between the years 1990 and 2001. So 1990 and 2001, the year the first Fast and Furious movie. The year the first Fast and Furious. Can't even talk right now. The year the first Fast and Furious movie came out. So the first one from 2001. It's the first production Lambo. It's the first production Lambo. So it's the first production Lambo. Lambo capable of attaining a top speed in excess of 200 miles an hour. After the end of its production run in 2001, the Diablo was replaced by the Murcielago. The name Diablo means devil in Spanish. Overviews next, as always. So manufacturers by Lamborghini, obviously, or Lambo. whichever way works best for you. It totally doesn't matter. So an overview. So manufacturers by Lambo. So manufacturer Lambo. Production. Manufacturer Lamborghini. Production 1990 to 2000. 1990. So 1990 to 2001. So 11 years at that point in time. Assembly is in Sant'Agata Bolognese in Italy, just like with the rest of the other Lambos. So assembly is in Sant'Agata Bolognese in Italy. The designer is Marcello Gandini. So Marcello Gandini. So designers are Marcello Gandini for the initial design. So Marcello Gandini, initial design. They've got Tom Gale at CSC, Chrysler Styling Center, for the final design. He was born on June 18th, 1943, and he was an American automobile designer, widely known for his work with Chrysler, forget about that, Dodge and Plymouth, at least something good, Marquise, Tom and his design partners, Trevor Creed, Trevor Creed, it's like saying Assassin's Creed, but taking out assassins and putting Trevor into the mix. So Trevor Creed and John Hurlitz, which his full name is John E. Hurlitz, or John Eric Hurlitz, born December 30th, 1942. Born December 30th, 1942, at the town of Pine Plains. So Pine Plains. It's at the town of Pine Plains, and at Dutchess County, New York. Passed away March 24th, 2008, in Florida. Florida. Not sure where, probably like Miami, like possibly Miami, or I don't know whereabouts in Florida, but it was in Florida. It was in Florida, just don't know whereabouts though. So both Trevor Creed and John Hurlitz were instrumental with breakthrough designs that rescued Chrysler twice from the brink of bankruptcy. So designers are Marcello Gandini for the initial design, Tom Gale at Chrysler Styling Center for the final design, and then we got Luke Donkerwalk. Can't pronounce his name correctly, but his first name is spelled L-U-C. His last name is spelled D-O-N-C-K-E-R double. So his last name is spelled D-O-N-C-K-E-R double. So last name is spelled D-O-N-C-K-E-R-W-O-L-K-E. Born June 19th, 1965. In Peru. So Peru. and he's a Belgian automotive designer. So designer, president, and chief creative officer. So chief creative officer. So officer of the HMG Hyundai Hyundai Motor Group, and the Genesis automotive brand. It's an automotive brand. Prior to joining the Hyundai Motor Group, he's the design director at VW Group's Bentley, or Volkswagen's, so Volkswagen Group's Bentley, because Volkswagen owned Bentley, Lamborghini, Skoda, and Audi brands. In 2022, so 2 years ago, a jury panel of 102 journalists, so 102 journalists among 33 countries. So 33 countries named Dunkervolk, the World Car Person, so World Car Person of the Year, for significantly impacting the automotive industry. So Luke Dunkervolk for the Diablo VT 6.0. Body and chassis next. The class is a supercar. Well, it knows this is a sports car, but it's mainly a supercar. It's the S segment. Body style. Two types you can have is a two-door coupe and a two-door retractable hardtop convertible, which is also known as a two-door roadster. So two-door convertible. Same body style. two-door coupe and two-door convertible. So two-door coupe and two-door convertible. Layout is longitudinal mid-engine rear-wheel drive, and if you want to feel safe, you can get one with all-wheel drive. Personally, I would get the one with all-wheel drive because most Lambos these days are all-wheel drive. Like the Sesto, Elemento, Huracan, Aventador, Veneno, Urus, Scion as well, Terza Millennial, the Temerario, I think it was. It's like the latest supercar from Lambo. And I swear Lamborghini says they're gonna do it with a V8, which is odd because most Lambos are V10 and V12s. I mean, they should make one with a V6. Literally. Oh no, for Revuelto, there we go. I almost forgot about that. Dang. So body style, two-door coupe, two-door convertible. Layout is longitudinal mid-engine. So longitudinal mid-engine, rear-wheel drive and all-wheel drive. The doors are scissor doors. It's related to the Vector M12. So related to the Vector M12. The Bugatti, so Bugatti EB, so Bugatti EB118, which has a monstrous naturally aspirated 6.3 liter W18 engine, which is it's literally insane, making over 555 horsepower, 480 pound-feet, 650 newton meters of torque, which is just nuts. So it's related to the Vector M12. Heard of Noble M12, but Vector M12. Not really. When I hear the name Vector M12, it kind of sounds like, you know, a rifle name or like aircraft or even some spy plane. I don't even know. So Vector M12. So Vector M12, Bugatti EB118, and the Bugatti Chiron. Oh, first it was known as the Bugatti 18/3 Chiron. Which apparently, for those that know the prefix of 18/3, 18 is the number of cylinders. 3 is the number of banks of the 6-cylinder engines. Really? Wow. But it's kind of odd when it's called a Chiron, because we already got a Bugatti Chiron, the latest one, like from 2018, I think it was. Can't remember, but it did a couple versions of it. They did a Super Sport and a plus 300 mile an hour version, stuff like that. I don't know, like I believe it was like the fastest one. I'd say more than, say, 1600 horsepower, something like that. But pretty cool. So it's related to the Vector M12, Bugatti, Bugatti EB118, and the Bugatti 18/3 Chiron. Powertrain is next. The engine is next. So engine's next. The engine is a five. It's from a 5.7 to a mighty 6-liter naturally aspirated Lambo V12. So V12. So the engine 5.7 to 6-liter naturally aspirated Lambo V12s, which are just, no words for it, glorious. Just they're just works of art. Literally just proper masterpiece. Literally, Lambo V12s are cool. Just brilliant. So engine 5.7 to 6-liter naturally aspirated Lambo V12s. Transmission is a 5-speed manual. Pretty good. This crappy automatic stuff. Like, I swear, if they would have done it with an automatic, I would be disappointed. Alright, Dimensions is next. This is gonna be crazy. Like, literally. The last one, Curboy, is just nuts. Out of this world, like, just nuts. There's, like, different versions of the, like, 9 of these. Like, roughly 9 versions of this Diablo for curb weight. So curb weight. But I'll get to that in a little bit. Anyways, so powertrain, engine, 5.7 to 6-liter naturally aspirated Lambo V12s. So that's the engine. Transmission, so powertrain, engine, 5.7, 6-liter Lambo V12s, naturally aspirated. Transmission, 5-speed manual. Dimensions is next. Wheelbase, 2650. So 2650 millimeters. So wheelbase 2650 millimeters, 104.3 inches in wheelbase dimensions. Length between between 4,460 to 4,470 millimeters. So it's a 10 millimeter difference there, which is 175.6 to an accurate 176 inches dead on. So it's a difference in those 10 millimeters. So 10 millimeters, 0.4 inches in length. Width, 2040 millimeters, 80.3 inches. Height, so then width, height, similar to length. It's now 1105. So between 1105 to 1115 millimeters to 43.5. So between 43.5 to 43.9 inches. So again, it's a 10 millimeter difference. 0.4 inches difference there. It's a 10 millimeter, 0.4 inch difference there in height. Next up, now getting down to the craziest part, the curb weight. It's a curb weight, because there is 9 versions of this Diablo. There's so much. So starting off with the base Diablo, so the standard one, it weighs in at 1,576 kilos. So 1,576. So 1,576 kilos, which is 3,474 pounds, which is not bad. It's pretty good. So the standard Diablo, the regular one, 1,576. So 1,576 kilos, almost 1,580. So 1,580 kilos almost. So this is 1,576 kilos. So for the regular Diablo, 1,576 kilos. So 1,570. So 1,576 kilos, which is 3,474 pounds. So that's for the standard Diablo. So standard Diablo. For the VT version, we got 1,625. So 1,625 kilos. So 1,625 kilos, which is 3,580. So 3,583 pounds. So that's for the Diablo VT. So then for the next up we got is the VT Roadster or VT convertible version of this car, which weighs exactly the same as the standard VT anyways. Then we got the SE, so SE30, so SE30 version. So SE30. Ow. So SE30 version of this Lambo. So SE30 version of the Diablo, which that weighs in at 1,400, so much lighter than the first three. So it weighs in at 1,430. So 1,430 kilos. So 1,430 kilos. 1,430 kilos, 3,153 pounds. So that's for the Diablo SE30. Next up we got is the mighty Diablo SV version, which that weighs 1,530 kilos. 1,530 kilos, 3,370 pounds. So that's 100 kilos, 217 pounds heavier than the SE30 version. 100 kilos heavier. 217 pounds heavier. That's just crazy to believe. So I've done the standard Diablo, VT, VT Roadster, SE30, and the SV. Next up we got is the SVR version. Not to be confused with the Jaguar with the Jaguar SVRs. That's got nothing to do with it. So now we're on the Diablo. We're now down to the lightest version of the Diablo, the SVR. So SVR version. So the SVR weighs in at 1,385 kilos, which is 3,053 pounds. Which is pretty good. So Diablo SVR, 1,385 kilos, 3,053 pounds. So that's for the SVR. Next up we got is the GT, weighs in at 1,460 kilos. So 1,460 kilos. So 1,460 kilos, 3,219 pounds. So 3,219 pounds. Which is around, if I do the math on that, between the SVR version of the Diablo, that's around 75 kilos. £166 heavier than the SVR. Than the SVR. SVR Diablo. So the GT weighs in at 1,460 kilos, 3,219 pounds. Around that one, I was like 3,220 pounds. So 3,220 pounds for the GT. Next up, we got is the GTR version, which that is much lighter than the GT. Weighs in at 1,395. So 1,395 kilos, 3,075 pounds. So that's for the GTR, which is around, the math on that, lighter than the GT. That's around 65 kilos, 144 pounds. Wait, hold on. 144 pounds. 144 pounds lighter than the GT version. That's crazy. So Diablo GTR weighs in at 1,395 kilos. So 1,395 kilos. 3,075 pounds. So that's for the Diablo GTR. And the last one, so last but certainly not the very least on the Diablo versions list, we got the 6-liter VT version. Not sure what VT means. So not sure what VT means. So the VT version of this car. So the VT weighs in. And that, by the way, is the heaviest version of the Diablo the Diablo range. The lightest was the SVR. Heaviest is the 6-liter VT version, weighs in at 1,656 kilos, 3,651 pounds. That is nuts. So that's for the Diablo 6.0 VT. Chronology is next. Predecessor is the Countach, and the successor is the Murcielago. Next up is history and development. But before I do that, I am going to find out what VT stands for in Lamborghini terms. If I can find the answer, if there even is one. So what does VT stand for? And Lamborghini. Alright, viscous traction. It says the Diablo 6-liter viscous traction version. Huh. Which has some upgrades to it. So it has upgraded front, front and rear arch air intakes, revised electronically adjustable dampers, 4-piston calipers, and power steering, and with semi-active suspension. Standard with both like either manual or automatic settings, and Brembo high-performance racing brakes, similar to those in an F1 car, and it's running on 17-inch 17-inch split rim OZ Racing aluminum alloy wheels with 200 plus mile an hour rated Pirelli P0 tires. So that's what it means. Huh. Not bad. So 1656 kilos, 3,651 pounds. So that's for the Diablo 6-liter VT, or viscous traction version. Kind of weird calling it that, but oh well. So chronology is next. Predecessor is the Countach. So predecessor Countach, and the successor is the Murcielago. So Murcielago. Next up, history of development. It's not much on here, but let's do it. So, at the time when the company was financed, by both the Swiss-based brothers Jean-Claude and Patrick Mimran. They might be thinking Jean-Claude Van Damme. Nope, it's actually Jean-Claude Mimran. Say Mimran, who is the brother of Patrick Mimran. Which is kind of cool, but odd at the same time. I was expecting like Jean-Claude Van Damme. I mean, for like that would be kind of cool, you know. So at the time when the company was financed by the Swiss brothers Jean-Claude and Patrick Mimran, Lambo began So Lambo started development of what was codenamed Project 132 in June. So like somewhere like mid 1980, so 1985. So 1985, as a replacement for the Countach, Lambo's then flagship supercar. Well, that says sports car, but it's still supercar. The brief stated that the top speed of the new car had to be at least 100 and 100 so 196 miles an hour. The design of the car was contracted to Marcello Gandini, who designed its two predecessors, the Mira and Mira Mira and Countach. So the design of the car was contracted to Marcello Gandini, who had designed its two predecessors, the Mira and the Countach, when Chrysler Corporation bought the company in in 1987. So 1987. So 1987, funding. Can we talk? Funding the car, not car. Sorry, funding the company to complete the cars. So funding the company, to complete the car's design. So to complete the car's development. They go. Its management was displeased. It's like not really pleased with Gandini's designs, and commissioned its design team in Detroit, which is known as, I think it was Motor City. I'm not 100% sure. So in Detroit, to execute a third extensive redesign. So redesign, smoothing out the infamous sharp edges and corners of Gandini's original design. Gandini would later realize his original design in the Cesena Marauder V16T. Which was related to the Lamborghini Urraco. However, this car is a little bit weird. Well, I mean, it's cool, but it has a similar body design. I'll show you. So the car was a Cesena Marauder V16T, which basically looks exactly like this. Exactly like the Diablo. Literally, like, it looks exactly the same. Like, does that look like a Diablo to you? I mean, it literally looks like one. So it's kind of like, there's like no difference there. Literally, it's like they changed the name badge on this car, which is pretty odd. I'll be honest with you. It's so weird. Sorry, I'm getting a call. Just ignoring it. Anyways. And I might actually do this car, actually. Now that I think of it, I might do this car one day. So it's the Zeta Marauder V16T, which basically is like a Diablo on steroids. So, where was I? So, yeah, this is the no, can't talk. The design of the so back to the Diablo. So back to the Diablo. The design of the car. So design of the car was contract. So the design of the car was contracted by Marcello Gandini. So Marcello Gandini, who had designed its two predecessors, the Mira and Countach. When Chrysler Corporation bought the company in bought the company in 1987. So bought the company in 1987, funding the company to complete the car's development. Its management was displeased, so it was not pleased at all with Gandini's design. So Gandini's designs and commissioned its design team in Detroit to execute a third extensive redesign. So extensive redesign, smoothing out the infamous both sharp edges and corners of Gandini's original design. Gandini would would later realize his original design. So design in the Zeta Marauder. So Zeta Marauder V16T, which is like I would say Diablo on steroids or Diablo in wolf's clothing or sheep's clothing. I'm not 100% sure. So this is Zeta Marauder V16T. Imagine putting that car besides the Diablo. You would not see the difference because they both look exactly the same, like identical almost. But there would possibly be some change to the vehicle. If you look very carefully at the details on both the cars. So Gandini would later realize his original design in the Zeta Marauder V16T. So V16T. The new car was named Diablo, carrying on Lambo's tradition of naming its cars after breeds of fighting bulls. So fighting bulls. Like for example, the Huracan is that one's named after a Spanish fighting bull, the Huracan. So the new car was named Diablo. So named Diablo carrying on Lambo's tradition of naming its cars after breeds of fighting bulls. So fighting bulls. The Diablo was named after a ferocious bull raised by the Duke of Veragua. Which is a hereditary title in the peerage of Spain. So the Diablo was named after a ferocious bull raised by the Duke of Veragua. So Veragua in the 19th century, famous for fighting an epic battle with El Chicoro in Madrid on July 11th, 1869. So it's 14 years after the car was even invented. I thought it was going to be El Matador, but it's El Chicoro. So El Chicoro in Madrid on July 11th, 1869. So 1869. So that was around 145 years ago, somewhere around there. Yeah, probably. So in Madrid on July 11th, 1869. And so 1869. So 155 years ago. Wait, hold on, wait. So from 1869 from 1869 to 2024. So that would be around, if we did the math on this, just to be sure. That was around, so let's go double check just in case. So 100. So 155 years ago. So in Madrid on July 11th, 1869. So 155 years ago to 2024. The development is, so last part, and all I did there. So the development is believed to have cost a total of a total of 6 billion. Gotta translate this. So 6 billion.
Lire.
6 billion lire. So 6 billion lire. So lire. So lire. So 6 billion lire, which is like the Italian currency, I think it was. So that's around less than $8 billion. What? So that's like 7,970,000,000. So 7,970,000,000 $400,000 in euros. That's sorry. So 7 billion. So like less than 8 billion. So 7.97 billion to be. Oh, 7.97. So 7.97 billion to be exact. So it's like so 7 billion 9. So 7 billion 9. So 7 billion 900. So 7,970,000,000 $400,000, which is around, let's say, 100, 158,460,000 euros, I think. So 158,460,000. So 158,460,000 euros. I'd say somewhere in there, probably. Which that's around 130. I'm not sure if this is correct, but it's 132 million. So 132 million. So 132 million 109,296 quid. I don't know, but I think it is. I'm not 100% sure. Like, I got no clue, like, at all, if it is or not. I'm not 100% sure. Say, lire is the Italian currency. At first I thought they used euros, like some European countries. I don't know. Oh well, we'll never know. Alright guys, so that's gonna wrap it up for tonight. So for my next Diablo video will be about the different versions of this car from these years. 1990 to 1998. So that's what I'm gonna be doing next. That's what I'll be doing next for part 2 for the Diablo. I think it's part 2, yeah. So I'm just tired right now. Alright, so that'll be it. If you guys like this, if you guys like, if you guys like this, so if you guys like this video, like it, like and subscribe. So like and subscribe. So like and subscribe. Comment down below what you guys think. Hit the notification bell and hit all, so you're alerted when I make brand new uploads. All right. So that'll be it. I gotta go. I'll see you guys soon in the next video. But until then, stay safe, have a great evening, and I'll see you guys soon in the next video. So take care, folks. Stay safe out there, and I'll see you guys soon. Good night. Good night, folks.